First, a sincere apology for the long silence. Life, as it often does, demands its due, and the channel had to be still for a while. But like a thinker in solitude, the time away has been filled with reflection, and I'm grateful to be returning to you now with a piece of philosophy that is all about return and about new beginnings. Today, we are diving into one of the most powerful and poetic openings in all of philosophy, the prologue to Friedrich Nietzsche's thus book Zarathustra. And since this is an audio-only format for now, I'll be your guide through this profound and strange narrative. The prologue is a story in 10 parts, and it sets the stage for everything that follows. It begins with a man named Zarathustra. At 30 years old, he leaves his home and goes into the mountains, where he enjoys his spirit and solitude for 10 years. But his heart changes. He feels overfull with wisdom, like a bee that has gathered too much honey. He needs hands outstretched to receive it. So he decides to descend, to go down to humanity, just as the sun goes down each evening to illuminate the nether world. This act, the downgoing, is where his mission begins. As he descends alone into the forest, he meets an old saint, a hermit, who recognizes him. The saint warns Zarathustra. He says, "Why did I go into the forests and the deserts? Was it not because I loved men far too well? Now I love God. Men I do not love." He warns Zarathustra that men are distrustful and will not understand his gifts. They part ways, laughing. But as soon as he is alone, Zarathustra speaks a world-shattering truth to his own heart. He says, could it be possible this old saint in the forest had not yet heard of it, that God is dead? This is the foundation. Zarathustra is not coming to reform an old world. He is coming to announce a new one. A world where the old God can no longer provide meaning. He arrives at a town and finds a crowd gathering to watch a tightrope walker. He seizes the moment and begins to speak. "I teach you the Superman," he declares. Man is something that is to be surpassed. He explains that man is a rope stretched between the animal and the Superman, over a terrifying abyss. Our greatness lies in being this bridge, this overcoming, not a final goal. He condemns those who despises the earth and the body for super-earthly hopes, and he calls for a great contempt, a deep dissatisfaction with our current comfortable happiness, reason and virtue. This contempt is the fuel for our self-overcoming. But the people don't understand him. They laugh, they mock him. They've heard enough of this rope dancer. So Zarathustra tries a different tactics. He describes for them their true goal. If they refuse the path to the Superman, he describes the most despicable sin, the last man. The last man is the antithesis of the Superman. He says, we have discovered happiness. He makes everything small. He seeks only comfort, warmth, and petty pleasures. He avoids all dangers, all struggle, all great love, and great hatred. He has his little pleasures for the day, and his little pleasures for the nights. And he takes a little poison to give him pleasant dreams. In this world, everyone is the same. No one wants to rule or obey. and anyone who feels differently is considered mad. And horrifyingly, the people cheer. Give us this madman, they cry. They have chosen comfort over thriving, stagnation over growth. And that moment, the actual tightrope walker begins his performance. But a jester, a buffon, appears and jumps over him. Yelling, the tightrope walker, shaking, falls to the ground, mortally wounded. The crowd flees. Zarathustra alone stays by the dying man's side. The man, terrified, asks if Zarathustra is dragging him to hell, and Zarathustra offers him comfort, saying, "There is no devil, no hell. Thy soul will be dead even sooner than thy body. Fear therefore nothing anymore." He honors the man, saying he perished by his dangerous calling, and vows to bury him with his own hands. Zarathustra carries the corpse out of the town, is mocked by grave diggers, and finds a lonely place to sleep. The next morning, he awakens with a profound new realization. A light has dawned on him. He speaks to his heart, "I need companion, living ones, not dead companions and corpses, but I need living companions who will follow me because they want to follow themselves." His mission is clarified. He will not be a headman for the people. He will not speak to the masses or the good and the just who hate him for breaking their old values. Instead, he will seek fellow creators, those who are ready to inscribe new values on new tablets. With the creators, the reapers and the rejoicers will I associate, he declares. As he finishes this resolution, he looks up to see a powerful symbol, an eagle, the proudest animal, soaring in wide circles, with a serpent, the wisest animal, coiled around its neck, not as prey, but as a friend. This is the balance he seeks, the soaring spirit in harmony with earthly wisdom, and they are his animals, and they have come to guide him. And with that, Zarathustra downgoing truly begins. The prologue is a masterpiece in miniature. It introduces the death of God, the Superman, the last man, self-overcoming, and the revaluation of all values. It shows us a prophet who is initially misunderstood, who fails with the crowd but finds his true purpose, to seek out the few, the individuals, the creators, who will help build a new meaning for a world without its old one. Thank you for listening, and thank you once again for your patience and for returning to this channel. If you have thoughts on Zarathustra or on what you'd like to hear next, please leave a comment below. Until next time, take care.